In reality, my Australian life started on Palm Sunday, 1960, when I saw my father off on his journey to Australia on the ship Oceania. I was in 5th grade at the time when Dad arrived in Australia, worked in Melbourne before shifting to Cobram, where he started growing tomatoes. My mother, my 2 sisters, and I travelled to Australia in October 1961. Life on the ship sometimes was boring. So one day, when I had nothing else better to do, I played a joke, screaming, "The ship is sinking, the ship is sinking." Suddenly, everyone was rushing out with their life jacket. I ran up the stairs where they could not catch me. On the journey to Cobram, I saw my first eucalyptus tree. I did not know any different, and I assumed they were olive trees. I first stayed in a farmhouse at Kunamu, about 10 kilometres out of Cobram, where we had kerosene lamps and the water came from a lagoon. My first impression of Australia at that time was not that good. My father was share farming. He had a contract with Heinz. When I arrived, the crops were planted and were doing very well. We watered the plants manually. This was all a new experience for me. Back then, the days were long and the work was hard. Dad had enrolled me in school. I chose to go to work instead, tinning peaches at an orchard called Young's. Come Friday, I got paid £16 and 8 shillings. This was a lot of money. At the age of 12, started going alone at the Victoria Market. From being a devil of a child, I was now a working man. I never went to school in Australia, so my voyage from Italy was the end of my childhood. At the age of 13, I was still hungry for knowledge, and after 1 year in Australia, I made new friends and taught myself English from the Polyglot book. I was learning new skills and working seasonal jobs in the Cobram area. When I was 20, we put a deposit on our current family farm. At first, we grew tomatoes for Heinz. We also started planting fruit trees and grazing sheep, and later cattle. We did not know about cold storage in those days. We picked in the morning, packed in the afternoon, and market the following day. On my 21st birthday, I loaded and unloaded over 1,000 boxes of tomatoes. This was a big day. As time progressed and the orchard started to produce, we invested in new machinery, moving away from manual labouring. The market has educated me in all aspects of life, making fast decisions, speaking to all kinds of people, and thinking on my feet. With the fruit industry, I have travelled extensively. I attended International Canning Conference in Argentina and a trade fair in Cesena in Italy. It was a real eye-opener to see what is out there in Australia and in Europe, and there is a lot more we can learn. When I was a child in Molokai, my father worked for a large construction company, and we had only a small fruit and vegetable garden. I had no idea that my future would be on the land. It's now 2003. My life is my wife, Nella, our children, Tani, Angelo, Chris, Camilla, and our husband, Anthony. On our farm, we grow peaches, nectarines, plums, apples, pears, cherries, and our produce is exported around Australia and to most part of the world. Australia has given me a lot of opportunity, and in return, I give all I have to Australia.